Okay, we are getting the stream set up. Give me just one moment. Alright, perfect. Looks like it's working on there. Give me 1 second. Okay, perfect. It's good. Alright. Should have had that pulled up on the other one, but that's its own thing. Either way, welcome to the stream. I appreciate each and every one of you. None of you right now, but eventually when you get here, if you're watching this after the fact. I'm Sean, I'm with the Black Tower Lab, and we're going to be playing a little bit of Path of Exile today. So I'm very excited about this. Path of the Druid is out. Great patch so far. Everybody's doing Druid. As far as I can tell, that is going to be what the bulk of players are starting out as. Understandably, we've been waiting for the class for a long time. I did not feel like doing that. So what the route we're going with today is going to be something pretty different. We are going to be doing a witch build. Now, witch is my favorite class in the game so far, and when I saw the werewolf gameplay, how it's built around minions, I haven't done a pure minion witch build since I think 1.0 or 0.1. So I'm excited to see how this combo works. I've been playing around with it for a few hours. We got to Ogden Farmland. I figured save the actual manor for the stream, so we're going to build into it. Idea behind the build: you're going to have your actual witch gameplay and your lycanthrope blending pretty well. The transition's really nice. So for right now, I'm going to be using Contagion a lot. It's my primary spell. We have a little bit of vines, we have frost bomb, so we're trying to integrate a lot of different elements. I'm playing around, we're still figuring it out, we're seeing what the control scheme looks like as well, but I've got a pretty good start so far. So we'll be doing some pounces, we're going to be generating wolves, we're going to be generating minions, and trying to find the right balance. The goal for the build, as we get closer and further into the game rather, is getting a physical crit build set up with our minions as well as our personal attacks. So the actual werewolf claw attacks, we're going to be buffing the physical damage, the crit chance on those, as well as the crit damage. But even for our minions, we're going to be buffing that damage on everything as well. So, sit back, buckle in. We're going to have a really good time with this. If you're new to the stream, you are new to the stream. So feel free to give a like, give a subscribe. We're going to be doing gameplay like this. There's a bunch of other games looking to play around with. So yeah, settle in and we're going to get started. Now, the big thing I've noticed about the wolf so far is the actual DPS is really good, but you need to manage your surroundings well. It is very easy to just get pulled in, just enjoying slash and stuff, and then all of a sudden you're surrounded and your health is getting drained. I do need to build up my defenses a lot better, but it's early game, your gear drops aren't great, and you're just trying to make it through before you invest currency into, buffing stuff up you're going to replace immediately. But overall, I would say my damage output is good. Like, I can keep up. Bosses get a little bit tougher. It's definitely a better build for mapping, just with the summoning hordes and hordes of minions. But we have seen a decent amount of success too. We need to play more into Frost for right now, as far as being able to stun bosses and then get our just shredding built up to get those ice shards. Oh, and we found the loot right away. So that's exciting. That'll help us get just a little bit stronger, faster. Let's see if we can get... I don't like the targeting on Pounce, though. I will say that is probably my biggest complaint so far, is it is, vital. It's the only way you have in the early game to generate wolves, and the targeting on it is, honestly, pretty trash. But that is not a problem. We're going to have a good time. That also could have to do with the way that I actually have my targeting set up on Witch, just because Unearth is a big part of the build as well, and the stock targeting it has set up on that is just terrible. Like, it's consistently just missing all over the place, so we set our targeting up to bypass whoever's close by, not do auto lock on, which does affect some of the spells to a certain degree, but for the most part, it helps overall. But we might be seeing some repercussions from that on the targeting for Pounce. Just a little brief overview on equipment we're running. Currently, we're running a wand. I'm not really that attached to it. I'm not that attached to scepters, just because as you go into the wolf form, you lose all the benefits of it. I thought initially that the talisman was going to be a one-handed weapon. You could have a scepter in the other hand, and then as you transformed, you might get the benefits of both. That way I could actually have my skeleton minions that get something with that, especially the warriors. That would be a great combo. That is not the case. I need to rewatch the actual announcement trailer because I swear they said something with it, and I'm just not sure what that was. That might be a unique item that lets you do that. Maybe a unique talisman. I don't know. We'll get there eventually. I try not to spoil a lot about the game. A lot of people, they love build guides. I love build guides too, but more so at the end of the season, just to like get an idea of what's going on. And even then, nothing that would spoil like my actual build crafting going into the next season. So as you can see, mapping going pretty well so far. Not a pretty big challenge, but as we get into stronger enemies, I feel like we're going to start to see, you know, a little bit more friction as we try and move through. So get our wolves back up. And now we just throw a bunch of enemies at them. The actual kind of like echoey fade that you have on the witch's voice when she's speaking in wolf form is absolutely obnoxious to me. I'm not a fan. I think they could have done a much better job. It sounds like the cheapest part of this expansion by a lot, but I'll take it. If the, you know, option was the animations look worse or the actual gameplay of Druid was worse, but the audio was really good for, you know, other classes besides Druid, I would not take that trade. I will take just a little bit of rough audio and then the actual class feeling great. I've been kind of staying away from a lot of public reaction to it as well. I'm not sure exactly how people are feeling about it, but I would say overall, I imagine sentiment is probably pretty good. People are eating good. We've been waiting for this, and I would say, based on the trailer alone, it kind of exceeded my expectations for what the Druid was going to be. I like it. It's a really unique take on the class. Doesn't feel like a straight-up summoner, even though they added the Djinn, which is a straight-up summoner class. So I like that it's more transformations, but there is still that summoning element worked in through the wolves. The league mechanic has not been explained super well. I don't know if there's things on the map that I need to do, fight and kill, to be able to unlock going into the actual dungeon, or if these stack as you get them. So what I think happens, don't quote me on this, it's probably wrong, is that I would go to the next level, and I would find another one of these, and another one of those lights would light up, and then once you've gotten all 6, is when you actually open the portal. I'm going to double check, because this one is glowing this way. Let's see if there is an enemy that is this way that I can possibly kill. That maybe they have that red glow and it unlocks another one of those. I definitely need to get some more wolf generation. Okay, now we're up to 2 wolves. No, my wolves. I'm going down on wolves now. Yeah, until I get the cross slash, wolves, the actual generation of them is not ideal. Definitely room for improvement on my build specifically, just as far as like how I'm generating them. I'm sure that'll change once we get more avenues to actually generate them, because it's pretty locked in. You gotta mark somebody, you gotta kill the mark, and that's the only way. But again, there's a lot of utility in the class, so you can see me just tearing through for right now. It's still early game. I feel good about my potential for endgame. I think this is a class that will only get stronger the further into it we get. So we can take a look at the skill tree now. And again, not very far into it. I think it's super important to make sure you are actually building out very solid foundation for this class. So I made sure to get jagged shards. Again, we're doing physical damage and crit. I know it's only for spells, but that does play into it overall. We're stretching to get this guy next. So just when you've hit, minions deal more damage. We're a minion build. That's going to be pretty important. I'm considering that, but again, we're not really doing a ton of spell damage as our focus. It could work out for boss damage, but I would say that's not my biggest priority. I would say where I ideally want to go after that, where are we? This would not be a bad option, but the critical damage bonus for actual minions is going to be huge. So we want to make sure we're getting up to there. So crit chance, crit chance, crit chance. These four together are going to make a huge difference in our build. So I'd say that is the highest priority for me, is getting to here and really building that out. I would say my next priority is going to be this guy. I did a practice run yesterday, and the day before, leading up to the new expansion. And this is probably what I'm most excited for. I don't know if this specifically will affect my werewolves, but if it does, that's going to be fucking cool. Some gigantic werewolves running around with gigantic skeletons. I'm excited for how this works out. I think this is going to be a really good addition to it. After that, we might branch out over to here just to get a little bit more sustainability on myself as well as my minions. But then I would say the next biggest thing after that, it's up here. Minion critical damage. Feel like this might have gotten moved around. There was a minion stack. There's actual minion. Yes, this is the one I want. So minion crit chance is going to be really big too. So we're going to buff crit damage down here. And then we're also going to buff crit chance up here. So between the 40 here and the actual 60 we get going after this, that's now an extra 100% crit chance for our minions, as well as 40% crit damage bonus. I think this is going to stack really nicely, and I think once we can generate werewolves way more reliably, it's going to work out really nice. All right, so let's spend this passive point and get back to it. I'm going to put this in strength. My intelligence, looking good. I definitely need to buff more into strength just to keep up with the actual Druid skills. This is going to be a class that's very dependent on equipment. And it seems like the actual drops for the season are significantly better. The crafting opportunities, just as far as not just needing to grind currency, the way the dungeons worked, I've only been in one time. Just so many terminals. I think I had 3 terminals that acted as either a regal or an exalted orb. That's huge. Especially early game, especially if you're playing SSF, it makes a huge difference just being able to upgrade items, because I've gotten stonewalled so many times where it's all right, cool. Unless I want to go back and run older, stuff I'd already done before, just to try and generate any kind of currency. That was basically my only option, because I was just soft locked where I was at, not being able to beat bosses, and then just not really having the options besides, well, I guess I'll just start another class, see if I can generate more currency, take that over, and then I end up just abandoning the first character and playing through the second. So I think that's going to be greatly reduced in this patch. I think they've done a really good job on that part. That was probably my biggest part. That and just the actual the magic find stat, I hate. I hate it so much. Just having to make sure I have, increased rarity on every piece of gear that I can is so obnoxious. I want to just do my build, not have what's left for my build after that. So we'll see how that goes. Again, we're still very early in. And again, solid damage. Ooh, this could be pretty solid. We'll see how that turns out. I actually really like mine so far. So we'll see what this comes out as. That's a tough one. So that is actually pretty good. It's not better than what I have currently. So you can see mine at the top, up here. Lots of physical damage boost. I think that will probably offset the extra levels. It'd be nice to have a little bit more strength. I don't really do a lot of stunning, but it helps to have more stun build up rather than duration, because again, I'm not stunning very much to begin with. Attack speed is huge, gaining life per enemy killed, and accuracy. So I'm gonna stick with this. This is nice. This is much better. But we can definitely get that sold for a little bit of extra cash. Let's see. Where this? Not bad resiliences. I don't think it's good enough to give up what I currently have. But maybe. That's a lot of armor. It's going to suck to lose any energy shield because, again, it's early game and energy shield is just god tier in early game. But it's very tempting. Evasion rating, plenty of armor. Double increase on those and all of those. Yeah, we're just going to change it out. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Okay. Oh, and this looks like the blacksmith's tools. That's perfect. We can head back to town after this. Smithing tools. Give me all of these. Well, we might as well just try and get one more thing before we go back. If you've got extra space, you might as well fill it up. Oh, and a level up on top of that. So that actually works out really nicely. We'll see if we can just get one more little item. Take that back, sell everything. We're going to get ability to break down stuff. We're going to get a whole lot of levels because once we turn on the loop, we're going to get a little skill book. So it'll give us 3 extra points. This is when it really gives you a lot of leeway for getting your build off the ground once you get to this point.
I need more time.
Okay. Nothing's dropping. Let's just take this back because I want the skill points more than I want that last item. Okay. Ooh.
The villagers, we must.
Identify. Una. Thank you. And we're gonna take the glacial room.
You found my tool. Wow.
Beautiful.
Here's what I've got.
Okay, break it down. Useless. I might say this is just a starting piece that you can use this at any level. So on a noob tune, that's gonna be a really good thing to have. I mean, granted, I don't really enjoy trading very much. Like, I love the idea of it. It's nice to use every now and then. But the big thing is that it just ruins a lot of the game for me to the point where it's like, I don't even want to keep anything I get because I can just trade for something better. I wouldn't want to use any Exalted Orbs I have to try and get something to be better because for the cost of one of them, I can just buy something that is inherently better. So it ruins a lot of stuff for me, but it also adds a lot of nice stuff. You kind of have that protection. I just wish SSF was tuned a little bit differently so you would have more consistent, better drops because you don't have the option to trade. I've done a couple SSF characters and it just gets so frustrating when you just cannot get any currency or just anything in general to drop without having even more so to be reliant on your magic find stat. Alright. These. Well, I'm gonna go ahead. I just got this new armor. We might as well use this on here because we have it, and then just get our glacial rune. So just stacking cold resistance. I want to say that puts me at a fairly decent spot. I'll break those down another time. Not really trying to do that right now. What do our abilities look like? Once we get to level 5, we're going to have a lot more options. I'm probably going to switch to Bone Storm just to start building up more of those physical spells, especially with my minions being able to, you know, kind of take aggro. I'm just going to have time to actually charge that up. Primal skills. Let's level up Pounce. I probably could do something with Shockwave Totem. That's tough. So I feel like that does do physical damage. Shouldn't take damage. It should. It could work. I just really don't want to build into that quite yet. There's honestly a lot of stuff I would do prior to that. So for right now, let's just bump Lunar Assault up as well. Let's go to our passives. So we got that. Do another strength. Minion spell damage. Minion spell damage. Alright. So now one more level, and then we'll be all set right here. We can get our 30% increased damage if we've hit recently, which with the werewolf form, we should be doing. Okay. Let's go ahead and head back. All right. Keep tearing through. I think we're going to see pretty noticeable actual damage increase. Big thing. We just need to get some minions built up.
I need more time.
And we're going to flood this.
None can oppose me.
Pretty weak drop. Not gonna lie. Yeah. So our actual combo is pretty solid right now. We're gonna try and start with getting contagion spreading, raise those corpses so we can spread it a little bit more. Then from there, just I guess gang up on everybody as much as we can. It is not a super passive minion build. It is meant to be kind of a combo. I'm slashing, they're slashing. Everybody should be critting, and the damage should kind of keep stacking up gradually as we go further and further in. We're going to try and integrate some frost elements for now. Whether or not that stays in like the final endgame build, we'll see. It's a pretty big part of the class identity, but I feel like there's going to be ways to work around that to a certain extent down the line. Okay. This is one of the maps I really wish was just smaller. Like, there's not a lot of variety to it. It's the same, like, 3 kinds of enemies, and you're really just trying to get to the boss.
Don't do this. Stop. Just wait. Surely we can. Great Wolf, take you back. My would-be executioner.
Yeah, okay.
Too soon. A beautiful
All
murder.
right. Oh no, he's still dropping it. He's still dropping it. That was pretty bad timing on my part. Alright. See, right there, I was trying to pounce literally right in front of me, and it's like, what if we went anywhere else? No! This is a really good fight for me. He spawns so many fucking ads. Okay, perfect. Let's see if we get some frost build up. This is a boss I genuinely struggled with on point 1, and that's probably it. Once you know his moveset, he is so fucking easy. Bobble, support, storm, well, alright. I've seen worse drops. I've seen significantly worse drops. Let's see if that worked. Okay. And again, I know this is probably not a hot take. I'm not the only one who feels this way. I love the Manor. Manor is a great level. I think there's just a few too many bleeding enemies, and I wish there was a little bit more frost enemies. The bleeding enemies just get a little over the top with the blood pools. Like, it's a nice little trainer to, you know, keep people, you know, aware of that mechanic. It's kind of like the first time it's really integrated outside of, like, the poison pools. But holy shit, does it get obnoxious. Gotta make sure I'm drinking this coffee fast. It's starting to get late, and I really can't drink too much. It's been a nightmare trying to get my sleep schedule regulated, but I don't know why I was working so hard, because this patch is probably going to ruin that for me a little bit. I'm going to try my best to be diligent. We're going to be a good boy, but it doesn't always work out like that. Oh, Jesus Christ. I came very close to dying right there. Okay. Don't stand in the blood. Ooh. Need to be careful of that mercy. I love that people are already on Viper and already struggling with Viper. If we're going to talk about what I consider to be the worst boss in the game, that is easily Viper. I think that is the least balanced fight. I don't know why she has, you know, multiple immune phases, in which case you just dodge. Your build doesn't matter, you just have to be fast, you have to dodge through it, and God forbid you don't have a poison charm. Yeah, there's a lot of things I hate about that fight. I think the only fight that comes as close to being as bad is going to be the Chimera. Because, again, multiple immune phases, it just does that again and again. It just drags out the fight. The health pool is ridiculous. It does everything it can to just keep you locked in there to make it engaging. It's not. It's genuinely just a chore and a slog to get through. Okay. What are my actual resistances at? Because I feel like they're decent for where I'm at. No, they're not. My frost resistances, fire and lightning, are both pretty pitiful. I wish I could get those raised up a little bit more. Do I have any slots? I don't have any slots. Well, before the boss fight, I can go back and I can get a couple more on there. I have a bunch of stuff to break down. So I can at least get a couple orbs, get a couple slots on there. But again, is it even worth it for the level I'm at? Because I very quickly could replace all of this gear. Lightning damage does not help me. Yeah, it's worthless. Let me check this. Yeah. not a bad start, but if it had rarity on it, I would use it. But again, I can't use stuff that would actually work for my build because I have to keep making sure I'm able to get stuff that will ideally work for my build at a higher level. That's where I started. Yes, this is where I started. I've just been in a big loop. This is going to be the dead end. Right? Oh. Yes, this is the dead end. So we'll just do our little wolfy sprint back. Yeah, just a lot of dead walking. Close enough. Get some corpses built up. Da, 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 da.
Marked by the beast.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. So that is actually my first death on this character, I'm pretty sure. That is a bummer. But that goes back to what I was talking about, where... Oh my god, it started me all the way back here. Fuck me. And everybody respawned. Great. Yeah, the actual, like, wind-up and the, you know, draw time on a lot of these abilities is not great. Spread some plague.
Too soon.
And... he shouldn't be able to change that.
I will master the darkness.
Okay. And that's going to give us another nice little damage boost. Eventually, I will have to stop going for damage and actually, you know, get some more survivability. But it is not this day. Alright, cool. That's good. But could go. That's delay. That's not really going to help me too much. So, where's the next spot we should get to? None of those are really going to help. Mana regeneration, cat speed. So if I wanted to get a better foundation, I should probably go over to here. The 30% increased max energy shield is never going to be a bad thing. I could then branch out and then get an extra 28% extra ailment and stun threshold. So I think that unfortunately has to be my next move, is to move out from this way. I'm going to move from this point over here because I think it'd be faster. Although I am already planning to go up to here, and then I could cut down this way. I'm getting both, just go down this line, because I don't really need more mana regeneration. More cast speed would be nice, but it's not crucial to what I'm doing. So I think that is going to be the route we're going to go. I do have one I can take back from here, which would basically get me up there already. So that will be our next plan, is to get up to there, or back down to there rather. At a certain point, probably after I get our stuff up here and we actually get our gigantic minions, I think the next step after that is to, from this side, branch out into the Druid tree. I'd like to get this armor perk. I am going to be wearing a combo of armor and energy shield. This would go a long way towards making the armor I do have, which I should have most of the energy shield, I imagine. This will make it actually like stand out, be a little bit faster, as well as buffing my elemental damage that I'll be doing for a little bit. I might drop this perk later on. And then the next one I want to get is just a flat minion buff. We get damage and crit chance. So that's exactly what we're going for. From there, I'm not really sure where to go. I have not dived super far through the Druid tree. I'm going to take some time at some point, maybe tonight after I get off stream, and just read through it, see what passes we want to go for. physical damage because power energy shield does not recharge. Perception. I'm not sure if that's going to be good or not. I'll have to think about that one. Oh, what do you mean by Arcane Surge? That is not a bad perk. This as a combo is not bad overall. If I was going pure Druid, I'd be all about that. I just don't know if that's going to be the biggest priority for me right now. Again, I'm getting lost. I'm getting distracted. I will look through all of those at some point in time, but again, not doing it right now.
How delight in your death. Too soon.
Alright, good stuff.
Another corpse to serve me.
Kinda useless. How's that? What level? Oh, I can't even use it yet, so we'll take that. Wait, I can absolutely use that. How do I not have 28 intelligence? What? When did that happen? Oh, was it that other? Shit. I think my other armor might have had an intelligence buff that I got. Well, that's definitely a bummer, but we'll see what we can make happen. Let's identify it. It's not bad. So do use cold damage. It's not great because that buffs 2 spells for me. It's not a huge improvement. I mean, it's a big improvement in the sense that my other wand is very, very low level, but what it's giving me as far as my damage buff right now is pretty decent. Eventually, I will need to get a good bone wand that is doing actual physical damage buffs. But I also am almost getting the tier 5 skill gems, which should just give me bone strike or bone blast, whatever the charged one is. Let's get some minions built up. Good, good, good. Alright.
Another
Good
corpse
stuff.
to serve me.
Oh, it's my first charm. I wish it was a frost charm instead, but I honestly... Actually, this works out pretty nice. Because that buffs my fire resistance, so now we're at a good spot there as well. Oh god, my strength is higher than my int. That's not good. Again, the class is going to be very, very gear dependent. Okay, 15% fire is not great. Should be getting 25. It's the actual offset on it. Alright, whatever. Moving on. Kind of hitting a wall with support gems right now, too. There's really not a lot that they can help out with. You probably buff Shred, but I'll save this for next year. There's no point in getting anything on there right now. Same for a lot of these. I don't really care, and it's just going to make everything more expensive. Lunar Assault is the only one. I just don't love that. I'm probably going to drop Contagion at some point as well. Like, it's nice, but I'm not doing a Chaos build. And if you're not doing a Chaos build, you might as well just be doing something else instead. Like, it's not adding enough to my build to warrant keeping it. If anything, I could replace that with Ice Spikes instead, or Ice Shards, whatever the actual elemental ranged ice attack is on the tier 3 level. Okay, Greater Life Blast, we already have. You can at least see if it's any better. Increase charges, not bad. recovery rates. Just heal 150. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that instead. Honestly, might as well just drop that. Okay, moving on. What was the checkpoint? Oh, back the other way.
I will unmake you! Infection!
I will say, it is very satisfying to just watch the plague spread. My last Witch playthrough I did was a pure Chaos one. I was hoping to maybe go Infernalist and then have Black Flame Covenant, you know, just transition all of that to Chaos. Ended up going Black Flame Covenant, but doing Lich instead, just because I thought the synergy was a little bit better. There just really weren't enough perks on the Infernalist tree that helped the build I was doing. This time, I'm planning to go Blood Mage, which I think the physical crit aspect of it and just buffing crit damage and lifesteal is going to work out really nicely with the Werewolf. I think it's a combo. Maybe I'm wrong and a lot of people are going to use it. I think it might be a pretty niche build. I don't think it's going to get a ton of like community traction, but I think the people who do try it and people who are much more experienced with the game than I am will have a better chance of like making it work out. But I think it, you know, it'll turn out pretty nicely. I think it has solid end game viability. Oh god. Don't stand in the blood.
Death, take you.
Whew. Well, I'm glad I have all these fucking magic drop stats buffed so that I can still not get anything to drop. It just makes me feel so nice inside.
Too soon.
Again, just way too many bleeding pools. Just everywhere, they last forever, and it just, God forbid you're playing a melee only character. So you're just out of combat unless you can tank it. I feel like my minions are doing much more stagger damage than they used to as well. Which would be another good thing to spec into, but again, I need to be a little bit further in the game. I don't think you can really start doing that until I want to say tier 3 support gems. Don't quote me on that.
Here I come. Big bad wolf.
That's me. I am the big bad wolf. I am curious for when I do play Druid, what the actual unique dialogue is for it, especially in the Algrim menu. And again, now the whole hallway is blocked off.
Need more time.
Slow everybody down, spread the plague, bounces. Okay, so it is how it works. You just need to keep doing these until it finally opens up.
I hate to destroy
Oh, thank God, a fucking skill gem. And my first level 5. Let's go. Can't use any of it. Just don't have enough in. Fuck, you need 41 for this? That sucks, dude. Oh, because I'm on the wrong tier. I need 28 for it. So I might have to go back and change out one of those levels. I can still do this. 17, 17. That's easy. Yeah, I can change out one of them. Arctic Cow might be the one. Damages enemies and freezes primed enemies. If enemy is frozen, frozen enemy is hit. Skill empowers your attacks with added cold damage. Which grants your allies. Okay, that is actually pretty solid. That is likely what we're going to have to use. I might have to work this in as well. That's kind of what I've needed, is just a big AoE thing, kind of similar to Firestorm. I'm not really utilizing... I don't really have a lot of spirit outside of the scepter. So this is a little bit useless for right now. But I do want to get Bone Storm. Bone Storm is probably the biggest one, but again... What does... Remind me what Impale does. Debuff inflicted by hits restores 30% pre-mitigation physical hit damage of the impaling hit as its magnitude. Impale targets extract its curse magnitude. All right. So that's tough choice between the two. Ideally, I'd like to just get both, but let's run back. We're gonna adjust these nodes a little bit. Okay.
Quickly.
Another strategy.
Stuff. That's here. That's strength. Okay. Now we're broke. Let's have my identify.
For what it's worth, it isn't worth.
Oh, well, perfect. That's exactly what we needed.
Bye.
Oi,
Now let's break stuff down first. You. Next, sales. Oh, just get rid of it.
that'll be useful.
Not worth it. Definitely not worth it. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and sell it. We need money more than anything. And we'll just get rid of it. Okay. So going from there, let's see if he's got anything that's useful. Not that I can. Anything cool I'm probably not going to be able to afford, to be honest. But I'm in a pretty solid state overall. I'd say the biggest thing is I need to get... maybe just to upgrade those. I think I have a Regal Shard. Regal Orb somewhere. Yeah.
Go well.
Check Una.
Hello.
Maybe it slows. Kind of worth it. Not really worth it.
Be careful.
Okay. Let's get Bone Storm. Where to roll that? You will go here. Contagion can go here. Let's just Get rid of you, Chaos Bolt. Never gonna use you. Yeah, it sucks. I wish I had any kind of spirit. That way I could actually allocate it for the werewolf side as well. Because right now in werewolf, there's just nothing. Oh god. Why do I have so much on this side? Alright. Well, I guess we'll do that for now. I have a very tanky set. Which would be good because now with Bone Storm, I will need them to block for me while I get that set up. Primal, we're gonna get Thunderstorm. Why? Okay. And I have a support gem for both of them, which works out perfect. Enemies, shocking an enemy support skill, trigger coursing current, which sends chaining light projectiles to nearby trenched enemies. That sounds like you just have to get it. This is literally built for this skill. And then for Bone Storm, that way. Does this consume power charges? Huh. I really don't have a way to generate power charges right now, so that's kind of a bummer. Let me see if there's anything just to help with charging itself. No, ambush. No. Yeah, I don't know if there's any tier 1 spells that actually buff channeling. Okay, that'd be fine though. Go back to. Let's double check strength gems. This could work out nicely. I'm gonna have to remember that because if I can get a stun setup going, that would be a really nice way. Should get that at some point because that will help in combination with that. This might be a really nice combo. I might come back for this one if I have another support gem and put that on Bone Storm as well. But I think, yeah, we'll just go Brutality for it. Okay. Let's throw some things in. Make sure we get back to the map before it disappears. Currency. Yeah, got one. Now we got two. Let's just use them so we get that. Really didn't need that. Alright, whatever. Back to it. Didn't want that. Ooh. Alright. And now I'm back up to... Oh, it's because I'm not... I think my wand or something on there buffs my intelligence. So while I'm in my wolf form, I don't have enough intelligence to use some things. Which is kind of obnoxious. It's actually very obnoxious. But we'll put that in strength right now. Because I will get a 10% intelligence buff once I get down to there. Well, maybe. Thought this was a dead end, but there might be something. And it was, in fact, a dead end. Is this not the way? No, it's down. I should know that by now.
He's even more insane than when we last met.
And I missed completely. Just want to see what the damage is like on this. Not bad. And again, now we're just locked in there, can't move. Okay, that works out perfect. That could be good, useful, but again, I don't know if I want to stack that on top of everything I already have trying to go on. Yeah, Arctical instead. Okay, I'll put you here. I'm gonna switch these two back because I'm gonna mess that up a lot. You can stay there. You can stay there. Okay, I think I can make this work. I have so many buttons going on now. My rotation is getting very, very complex. Yep, not the stairs we wanted yet. That's the way down, and we still need to fight the mini-boss. This should be an easy one. We do frost damage.
First ones,
What a
hear
delightfully
our
sa-
laments. Sanity.
Splinters of bone.
It's up. I think I need to get him above 60 before I use this. And he's from. Why won't you be frozen? Alright, there we go. Up our damage. Yeah. Oh yeah, that actually does pretty solid damage. Yeah, my wolf got him first.
I simply must have my own one of
with him. Okay. Looking good. We have a lot of avenues for statuses, for damage. We're slowly coming together. At some point, I will have to start pruning stuff in the build, though, because I have so many abilities, and they can't all be part of it. Some of them will be situational, but it's a lot to manage. Come on. Okay. I want to pose with the wolf. Yeah. All of us together. Okay, not this way. Yeah, I really have just way too much mana for what I do actually use it with. Which usually you'll have a lot of mana you don't go through. That's why I normally go whatever gives you damage taken from mana before your actual health bar. But we'll see. With the
Death is my power to wield.
as we go Blood Mage, I'm curious to see how I have to change that balance. It's my first time going to be doing that, so I'll play it by ear once I get there. Planning is great. Figuring it out as you go is just so much more fun. Okay. Okay. Starting to get the rotation down a little bit. Oh, are we here already? Okay. That's absolutely useless. Tier 2, though. There's a 12. Kind of a bummer. Not gonna lie. Yeah, it's pretty useless, too. Alright. Make sure we're all set to fight. Alright, 2 wolves to start. Alright, Gianor. Show me what you got. I think we'll be okay on this. This might take me 2 tries. I'm hoping it doesn't. Yes, yes.
Kill her, and you shall have everything I promise.
No noose this time. I'll remove your head myself.
Yeah, yeah, come on.
Easy.
Are you sure about that?
Werewolf, have you?
Come on.
You'll pay with your life.
Ooh, that hurt. That hurt.
You will falter.
Jesus.
First one's eye. You'll pay with your life.
Ah, fuck that. Yeah, I'm tearing through potions. Oh, how did I get frozen? Shit, 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 shit.
To me. Oriana, open the cage. Release the beast. Give me what
Oh, I can't even build up frost.
I think not. I'm so much more.
Yeah, this is probably gonna take 2.
Do the job. I'll find someone who can.
It's good. Little warm up never hurt. I mean, it's a good thing that nobody's watching, I guess.
the all I've given you.
Alright, lover spat, let's go.
You are hunted. Fang, tooth, and claw. Tortured under the moon. The pack suffered but endured. And howled now in tune. No tales were told. None new, none old.
Oh, hopefully I can get a few more built up.
Solstice of pain. I smell your blood. And I am Uranus. Desolation.
I need more time.
Solstice of pain. I will take out your heart and
I need more time.
No, god damn it. Bye. Shit, that really does do a lot of damage. Okay. We didn't need the second one. Let's go. Ooh, a little cosmetic upgrade.
madness.
Alright, good stuff.
My being.
Always a fun fight. Mechanics, it reminds me a lot of Raphael's fight from Baldur's Gate 3, the kind of time between like the music with the villain doing the vocals for it, solid performance all around.
From the Vastiri. Yes. Find her. Kill her. But first, please, stop the madness. As you wish.
Weak.
We must make haste. Let us return to Clearfell to make our prep.
Weak drops. That sucks. I got fucking nothing from that.
Till next time.
You've done the dark good luck.
Alright.
Seems shadow.
Well, that was a nice little wrap to Act 1. I think I might do just a little bit more. We'll go a little bit into Act 2, and then we'll probably end the stream there. Alright. We don't choose.
What we just
Okay. Useless, useless, useless.
go make a legend or two.
Okay. Bummer.
Where's the clearing?
You got anything for me, Renly? Got more money, I can buy these. I don't really need them though. Some attack speed. But again, I need magic drop. Otherwise, they're useless. Alright, weak again.
Oh well.
Una, you got anything? Don't be sorry, just have better shit. Could be good, could be useful. Just, a lot of this is too little, too late. Okay.
You're safe.
How can I
Do you have any talismans? Just the fucking fire one.
till next time?
Alright, moving on.
Betrayal. The Countess has
And we're skipping. We've all been through Act 1. If for some reason you're just seeing this stream and you really wanted to see that because you haven't seen Act 1 before, I apologize. I think you're going to be okay. Play the game.
outpost.
Yes, yes.
Make haste.
The weary traveler grows close to the end.
So, the Marrakech. Strong-minded women.
Voici Hyenical.
Time to show them what I can do.
Dun, dun.
I will put you down. Image.
Okay. Got a whoop boys built up. Nice.
I need more time.
Alright. We got the crew rolling. Rolling deep into Act 2. Will say, one thing I am just now thinking about is I kind of miss having abysses on maps. Just as like something to look for, something to just absolutely help me just farm XP and then tear through and then get some decent loot. I do like the new league so far, but early game there's just not a lot of exposure, and having to constantly build up charges to get into the actual dungeon, it's definitely a lot slower than just every single map you can do an Abyss. Now, do I miss the insane enemy density and the difficulty spike that it brings? Not particularly. There's so many. There's just so many things on the screen.
Too soon.
All right. Loving the build right now. Yeah, we're starting to get to that point where mapping becomes much easier on this build.
I will put you down.
All right, spend this point. Should I get that too? It's not a bad ability. Again, we need solid foundations for this build to work. That's not a bad one, especially with werewolves, just them having more. The revive is what kind of kills it for me. I don't really need that because that only applies to the skeletons who disappear all the time anyway.
Too soon.
Oh shit.
Time.
This is new. Let's see how much damage this does. Respectable, I guess. Alright, everybody just hold them there. Get some more corpses. And... I was hoping that would kill him. Ooh. Okay, 2 more charges and then we get in. And we still have wolves. Okay. You are gonna regret that.
Another corpse to serve me.
Ooh. And useless. Completely useless. Okay, maybe not completely. I need way more stats on it. Doesn't do that much more damage right now. Yeah, it's not worth it. Okay, moving on. Okay. That is doing pretty well. Might have to refine. Yeah, let's play around with these a little bit. I think I would like to move you to here. Hmm. Okay. I am not going to remember this to start with. I am going to fuck up so many times. And that's also not right. Because we want shred still as this. We want this as alternate. And then this is 0%. Okay. Okay. Maybe I will remember this. We'll see.
I need more time. It's my power to wield.
What are you? Okay, let's go. Accuracy rating is definitely a bummer on there. Okay. It's tempting. We'll keep it honest for now. Do talismans count as martial weapons? Yeah? It's not a wanderer's staff, which is the only other option, so I feel like it has to. Alright, cool. Well, it's good to know this exists, because that's probably what I'm going to be running for, most of the game. Actually, I do want to change that. I'll remember this better.
Too soon.
What do we have here? Oh my god, a level 2 sport gem. Huge. Absolutely huge. Okay. Let's put it out. Okay. First priority. Contagion, probably not. What did fissures do? Oh, yeah, that's kind of a bummer. I'm not doing fire damage. Well, I almost always do that, so that's gonna be a good one. That's also a pretty big one. But I do also already have 2. I might get rid of the Ancestral, because that doesn't really do anything. Yeah, and especially if I did that, the actual base damage it would do, really good. Frostbomb, Short Fuse would be good for that, but that's not my first priority. Ricochet, ooh, Projectiles Chain. That would also be really good. be a nice upgrade. Ooh. If we just wanted to have even more minions. Oh, I don't have anything on here yet. Second. Why is this an option if it's not supported on there? I hate when they do this shit. Oh, bummer. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the best option for now. Let's start Fist of 4. Fist of 4 can't go on anything else. I also already have an extra one of those. They really don't need it. Okay. That's not bad. Extra physical. But again, it's... God, my wand sucks. I need to get a new wand bad. Actually, yeah, I might as well just equip this. Level 14 wands. And useless to me now. Fuck.
Too much clutter.
Okay, we can make room for this. Quarterstaffs. Can we make room for this? No. Alright, well, I don't really need to.
Clutter.
The fuck is the boss? I'm broke, I need that gold. Alright. And this isn't it either. What? I'm like, I didn't beat him already, did I? I feel like I would remember that. God, this map sucks. Oh, it's all the way over there. And there's just 0 checkpoints, so I have to run all the way back. Maybe there's a fight here.
I will put you down.
Here, eat that.
Up there, the leader of the pack. I need more time.
Marbles. And we need some corpses. Oh, Jesus. I didn't see him up there.
Too soon.
Jesus, he does not want to get frozen. There we go. Build some. That's shit. I can't even see. Alright. Oh, I got stuck. God damn. Ooh, that snuck up on me. Bye bye.
Ambush. So many corpses, so little time.
And I will put them all to good use. Okay. What can I drop for this instead? I think that's. I think that's. Do I have a graveyard? Yeah. It's here. There. Move this here. And now we got a spot.
You made
Okay. Don't need you, don't need you. Don't need you, don't need you. Let's save you for now. Okay. We're built back up on money a little bit. Everything already is. Want to equip it for it to work? Sure, why not? Wands. Doesn't look like it. Bummer. Alright, let's look up. Oh, I'm glad I went this way, because now I can just get to both of you. Well, I don't need that one. Never mind. Okay, that's big. What does that put my total energy shield at? A whole 55. So we're gonna have to rebalance some of our gear because almost nothing gives me energy shield. Get a little bit from that, but that's movement speed and rarity. That's so hard to get. I can't risk that. That's energy shield, but not a lot. No energy shield and a little bit. See, I just need new equipment. But again, it has to have magic drop on it, otherwise it's useless.
The beast, I assume. Whatever it takes.
Okay.
Who goes? I only hope.
Do you have any talismans? No, you don't have anything. But you're just armor. 15% movement speed. Not really worth it though.
Goodbye. Speak.
Does all your stuff still suck? Yes, it does. Okay. Well, let's break this down. Alright. Solid session. I feel like we got a decent amount of stuff done. I'm happy with the, where we handle bosses. The build is coming together slowly. I think it's going to take a lot more time. We need to finish getting the foundation set up. But by the time we actually get to, I would say, the end of Act 2, I think, well, especially when we get our Ascendancy, I think the build is really going to take off. We're going to have a lot more options available to us. Again, we just have to keep up with our equipment. If our equipment isn't keeping up, the build is going to fall apart. So hopefully we don't run into that soft lock where we just cannot do anything. But I think the way the season is set up, we're going to be in a good spot. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to end things there. If you enjoyed anything, if by some chance you managed to stumble across us, feel free to give a like, maybe give a subscribe. I'm Sean. I'll see you